Hello everybody and welcome back. I'm Logan with All Paths Taken. This is part 6 of our 100% walkthrough of Bloodborne. Last time we cleared out Hypogean Jail and defeated Dark Beast Parl. In this episode we are going to be heading into the first half of Forbidden Woods. I'm going to show you where to get our summons in Cainhurst Castle, or to Cainhurst Castle I should say. Finally grab the Tonsil Stone to go to the Nightmare Frontier if you wanted to head there early. And then unlock the first shortcut in the Forbidden Woods as we wrap up. So, as always, we're going for full completion, so every item, every secret, and every boss. So grab your weapon of choice, and let's continue the hunt. I should also mention that there is probably not going to be a boss fight in this episode, as, you know, a couple things that need to be mentioned is we're just kind of grabbing everything we need. If you have time or have a second to make sure your ruins and everything are used, that's good. One ruin I did want to talk about was this one, the lake ruin that we picked up from Hemwick. I picked it up, but I didn't mention what this one does. It does increase defense by 3%. So if you are somebody who is still lower leveled, or because you're trying not to level as high, might not be a bad idea for you to end up switching into that ruin some way, somehow. But we are going to go... What is going on with my controller? We are going to go to the Grand Cathedral, and we are going to run down all the way to our shortcut, or not our shortcut, our next area of the Forbidden Woods. Yeah, you know, I have a little bone to pick with this game, because I specifically remember grabbing the Tonsil Stone from Cathedral Ward, but for some reason my brain just blocks that out. I think when I come back here to fight Eileen, or to fight the Bloody Crow of Cainhurst, that's when I normally pick it up. So we're going to grab it now. Just because, you know, it makes sense that we can grab it now. So on our way down, we're going to go into Forbidden Woods. If you want to warp back here to Grand Cathedral, then you can go easily grab it. Just go talk to any NPC window. The easiest one is either Central Yharnam, or which is like the Central Yharnam lamp. That is where we can also get the flame sprayer, which is a weapon that we need to get. Also, I should mention that you will need to grab it on New Game Plus. You will not be able to grab it now. There's one thing I did overlook by mistake. Let me see. Weapons. So, flame sprayer would be one of our pistols. It is in Central Yharnam, right at the Central Yharnam lamp. You can hear somebody coughing in the window right next to the lamp. All you do is talk to him. His name's Gilbert. He will tell you, like, hey, go explore the city. It's dangerous. Be careful. And then once that happens, you make it through the level. You talk to him again. Eventually, you'll be able to get the flame sprayer. I believe it is once you kill Cleric Beast. Then you can go back, and he'll be like, oh, I don't think I have very long left. I think my time is just about up. And then he will give you the flame sprayer as it'll help you kill more beasts. But now, we are finally in Forbidden Woods. Before we take our leap of faith, we are going to grab this thick cold blood. Instead of walking down that way, there's no items over there. We're going to fall down once, and then fall down twice, and grab our twin bloodstone shards. Hey, if you're enjoying the run, make sure to subscribe to my channel, All Paths Taken. I cover every secret, every boss, and every hidden path so you never miss a thing. Because here, we don't just play the game, we take all paths. So be sure to subscribe right now. Right. Now, over here, we do have a couple enemies to kill. You can grab the pebble as quick as you can, or ignore it just to kill that dude. And now we have another beastman who is here to try to kill us. If you decide to speedrun this game, that beastman right there, that's guarding the lamp is right down that way. He is someone you will have to kill before you try to go back to the dream, because his torch, for some reason, is the only weapon in the game that can stagger you out of the animation of going back to the dream. So if that hits you and you're at low health for some reason, you will get hurt from that attack, and it will probably kill you just for you to run all the way back to this area of the Forbidden Woods. Now I got one despicable fatty up here. I think he's guarding a couple Madman's Knowledge and a gem, if I remember correctly. Oh, hey, nice. He gave us the gem. Sweet. Then we get Madman's Knowledge and another gem. Ooh, he gave us a better gem. Let's go. That's cool. We don't get that gem every day. Now, that gem is pretty much useless because adept gems are for blunt damage. So if you have the Boom Hammer or the Kirk Hammer, those are pretty good gems to put on. But overall, not really needed as of this moment. Now, I said it before and I'll say it again. If you have the gold gem, let me see if I could put it up here. If you have the gold blood gem, where is it? What? It doesn't show it? Well, that's dumb. The gold blood gem, there we go, it's on my weapon. It's the middle one there on top, right above physical attack. That needs to go on because it's going to do 12% more damage on any beast-like enemy. So, while you might not notice it's doing a lot more, trust me, it is. Compared to some of the endgame enemies that we have, it is very important. But we're going to grab those antidotes right on the side of the building after killing those crows. We're going to come up here, kill that dude in 2 hits, walk around and dodge bullets like Neo in the Matrix, kill that dude, run over here behind the statues or behind the tombstones and grab our twins. Now, while you're killing these guys, if you didn't know this in the first playthrough, this pile of woods triggers a trap. When you run through it, a log will fall down, as you can see, and it'll eventually try to hit you. But if you're running through it, you'll be just fine, but if you're walking, you will get drilled. We're gonna kill this dude next, because he will come and join the party. And that is pretty simple. Now, if you noticed, did he just fall through the floor?
What?
Yes, he did. Okay. So, if you noticed, there are items over here. We are not going to grab that item yet. We'll come back that way. I recommend, if you're trying to get through this safely and killing all of the enemies, that you fall on this side, and you want to quickly kill this little beastie to grab more twins for your secondary weapon if you decide to put one on. You do not need to kill the crows, but if you want to, you can. I'm going to die to crows. My goodness, I almost died to crows. So again, that is what you can do to see how the crows are or kill the crows. But this is where the challenge kind of picks up because there's going to be a lot more enemies in this little area. There's going to be some dogs that are up there that are coming. Okay, there's one. Thank you for just chilling. That made my life so much easier. I appreciate you, dog. I appreciate you. Alright, now we got a couple more boys to kill, but before we go kill the ones on the right, we're going to kill these dudes because they throw oil urns. If you get hit by an oil urn, you will have an icon in the top, and that guy is going to come up and try to burn you. It's like his automatic attack to try to kill you quickly. We're going to pick up these blood bullets that were laying on that body right there. We're going to pick up these twins, and then we're going to pick up more blood from this body over here. Why are you spread eagle like that? I love the ragdolls of this game. It's so funny. So funny. Then we're going to run back up to grab our thick cold blood. And that is every item over here in the first little section of Forbidden Woods. Now, you can, by all means, take this path, fall down the wooden area, and go that way. But you will have to fight through everybody in that village. I recommend going this way, where we can take out another beastman. And we get to restock our beast blood pellets. Hands down, the best item in the game, the most valuable item in the game, the beast blood pellets. Because if you don't have those, you're just not doing nearly as much damage as you could when you're fighting bosses. Then we're going to keep going this way, grab our thick cold blood 6. We're going to go even farther to the left. Again, if you run through the gate, there's a button there that you can see unveiled. Same thing, just a log trap that's going to swing down, but we're not going to trigger it because it's not going to hit us and it's not going to hit any enemy, so we do not need to trigger it right now. Now, this is a good little spot. Again, we can grab bullets, or we will come down and grab that little glowy that's in the wall, which is more beast blood pellets. We'll go run that way in a little bit, but we got a couple items up here to grab. We are going to kill every dog while it is still in here, so they do not all run out and attack us. And if you notice, there's one that is open. That's because there's one more dog walking right over here. Or 2 more dogs, I believe. So, we gotta wait for that dog to come. Should see us. And I believe there's a second one coming too. There it is. Ouch. Got him. Alright, so we're going to pause for the cause going that way for now. I wanted to make sure every dog was killed so we don't have to deal with them in a tiny room. We're going to walk back around this building. And when we get too close, that guy's going to shut the gate, which is fine. We are going to grab the blue elixir, which is our next needed item of the run. On your quick men or your personal effects, you're going to switch out and slap on the blue elixirs. This is just a good item to have for when you're trying to be stealthy and sneaky through everything. Now, we are going to very quickly finish the rest of Forbidden Woods over this way, and then we will end the episode going that way when we don't have to kill anybody to grab the rest of the items that we need. But for right now, we're going to do this section of the Forbidden Woods first. So we're going to come this way. We're going to go to the right and kill Torch Boy. Ooh, he dropped me something. Cool. If you want to open this, you can. It's not that big of a deal. You don't get a trophy or anything for it. It's just kind of nice to leave it open. Now, over here, we're going to slowly walk because we have a bag dude, a snatcher right over here on the other side of the building. But we also want to grab our next hunter tool, the Beast Roar. That thing is pretty sweet. It blocks a lot of attacks. Oh, we aggroed him. Okay. It blocks a lot of attacks that are thrown your way, shot your way. It also knocks a lot of enemies around when you are... Why are you not giving me better moves? Come on, buddy. Be nice. Hey, there we go. And he did. Nice. Pick up my bloodstone shards from him. And then we can grab more blood vials as well. So when we have now done everything up here, let's continue on. When we're going this way, we don't want to run and kill that guy first because that guy's going to start chucking bombs at us. We want to actually aggro this dude. Or what you could have done, and what I was planning on doing before this guy saw me, is just walking off the edge and killing him because he's right here when he is not aggroed. Then you can kill this dude. He's just going to throw Molotovs. So is this guy. He's going to throw Molotovs too. And as you probably already saw on the left side of the screen, there's another dude over there throwing mollies, who I recommend going to kill before dealing with the axe guy. So we're going to kill these two. Just less to worry about later. Now we got Axe Boy to kill as well. So, with this item, you can come back and get this item. That is what I recommend. It is just Molotov cocktails. It's nothing incredibly crazy. So if you forget about them, no big deal, but it is just Molotov cocktails. But if you want more, you can go get more. I am going to backtrack because now the next thing that I want to get is more Beast Blood pellets. So we're coming back, stopping by this body, dropping down, grabbing through the wall because we have just ethereal hands and then grab stuff through walls because we're amazing, and grab more Beast Blood pellets. Then we have this dude to kill, followed by another beastman who's going to come around the corner away from the other enemies that are out there, so it's less for us to worry about. Grab the bullets, grab the blood. Can't remember, is there anything in this room? Negatory. Sweet. Now, we're going to come out here. We got 3 dudes. One of them will throw a Molotov if you are too far away, like that one did. No big deal. And there is that. Now, you see all those woods, or the pile of woods that's spread out all over. If you walk too far, you will fall down. There are crows. You can also see one item down there in the bottom of my screen. It is not really important to go get that item. It is just an antidote. If you want to fall down and kill the crows to go get it, you are welcome to. I am not. It's just a waste of time, in my opinion. Now, we're going to run in here and kill Bullet Boy. Then we're going to kill Cleaver Boy. Grab our items, if there are any that are dropped. And there should be one other dude, or 2 other dudes, excuse me. One walking around. One who does not get aggroed until you walk and grab the item. Oh, wow, he's just not going to get aggroed at all. All right. And there you go. You have cleared out the first section, or the village, the first village of the Forbidden Woods. So again, go wide left or wide right on your hole in the ground so you don't run into them. And now, if you did not clear out the area above, or you want to go back to the area above to grab your mollies, I recommend going to do so now if you want to. Again, all you got to do is run through that gate, take the right up the hill, go around the gate, around the shacks, and then drop down onto the item right over yonder. I am not going to do that because I don't really think we need the mollies. Because I have some, right? Actually, JK, I'll go grab it. I'll go grab it. Because we need the mollies to kill another dude later in the level that's going to give us a better beast rune. So we're just running up this path. Again, we're going to go through the gate over here now that everything is dead. And then we're going to run around this. Oh, wait, hang on. I remembered an item that we need to grab too. There's an armor set over here. We climb the ladder, and now we get the next armor set, and we get to kill a couple crows up here that are guarding it. It is the White Church set. Pretty cool set. It is your poison resistance set, which is a set we will definitely need in... we could throw it on now if you really are terrified of getting poisoned in this game. Let me show you the set really quick. So, you can see these two sets are pretty strong in slow poison and rapid poison release. If you want to slap the White Church sets on to protect yourself from the second half of Forbidden Woods, where there's a lot of poison going on, and a lot of poison being thrown around, that is perfectly fine. But we're going to run across the rooftops, and then we are going to run back over here to the left. And then we're going to slowly walk off onto the roof. Now, you have 11 mollies that you can grab. Again, I recommend putting them on. If you want to chuck a molly down here, you are welcome to. I'm not going to use all of them down here because I do want to save some of these mollies for the guy that we're going to end up needing to kill. But again, these guys don't drop anything crazy. You don't need to kill them if you don't want to. You can very easily run by. Just make sure you thread the needle and give them a wide berth. Now, from here, we're going to cut through this little hidden pathway that I'm sure a lot of people missed on their first playthrough, because Lord knows I did. Now we're going to open this gate that leads back into Forbidden Woods. We won't need this gate unless we die before we get the actual shortcut, because it just saves a little bit of time running through the area of oil. And also, I want to mention as well, you see that triangle in the top left? That triangle just means that I am now in a place where I can get a lot more burn damage on me. Once I get out of it and I sit out of it for a little bit, it goes away, saying I'm no longer going to receive double damage if I get hit by fire. So we're going to kill that dude, grab the blood, and grab more twin bloodstones. When we get around the tree, there will be two guys for us to kill. One's a shield dude, and the other one having an axe. And there's also a guy with a gun overhead. So we're going to go up on top of the roof and kill him very quickly to get more bullets. And then to move on to a blood vial that guy dropped. Now, you see the cannon? Cannon's pretty dope. I like this little area. It's pretty funny. So how I recommend running through this is if you trigger it like I did, just give it a second for the guy to stop shooting. You might need to back away just a little bit, because if you try to run when he's timed, the cannon will actually shoot at you. Like, it won't be in just that area, that same area that it went. So we want to run through now because he does not see us. And this time when he shoots, he's going to go over our head. If we waited earlier, it would be a lot shorter drop, and he would have hit us, and it probably would have killed us, depending on how low or how high your health is. But now that we've done that, we're going to run this way. There's a dude that we want to kill who is guarding some beast blood pellets. Beauty. And he dropped more blood. Excellent. In this room, there are just a couple of dudes laying down, hanging out. If you want to kill them, you can. You do not need to if you do not want to. And then we have another room right over here that's going to have 2 boys in it. A bullet boy that we're going to take out first. And then we have pitchfork boy. Excellent. Now everybody in this area is dead. Again, you don't need to kill everybody in the area. If you want to, you are welcome to. If you want to just run by the cannon, that is perfectly fine. On this side of the doorway, we have another twin bloodstone, and it also shows you over there that there's another item. It also leads to the shortcut, which you can see kind of the cave above my head. That's where we're going to be going near the end of the episode. Actually, probably in just a few minutes once we kill a couple more enemies. Now, these dudes are some of the creepiest enemies in the game. If you're using transformation attacks, you will stagger them so they don't transform until much later. But those dudes, we will see in the next half of Forbidden Woods. Before we go up, we're going to run down and grab the Madman's Knowledge that this guy was going to walk to and just stare at. That is part of the shortcut that we will get way later in Forbidden Woods. We're probably not going to get to it in this episode. Same with the Shadows of Yharnam boss fight, just because there is a ton to do in this area. Now we're going to drop down. And when we get over here, we're going to fully heal because this dude, again, can hit you really hard. They have a jump attack where they hang on to that little rake with both hands and jump at you. And that attack will almost always kill you because if you get hit while you're trying to parry, it will do double damage. And if you get hit by that doing double damage, there's a good chance you're going to die. So be on the lookout for that. Now, when we get over here to this section, we have a couple of different items we're going to grab. We have the cannon over there that we will come back to get. And we're going to go grab more poison knives. And if the game had any kind of subtle foreshadowing, it would be because the poison knives are in this area right around a dude who looks to be, you know, eating a body. So, not the best thing in the world. But we are going to equip the poison knives, whatever mollies you have on, put them on as well. You do not want to send this NPC back to Uden Chapel because he's obviously not normal. He's not right in the head. He's going to be violent and aggressive, and he's going to kill dudes. So I don't recommend. What I do recommend, however, is coming behind him and backstabbing him. If you're a skill build, visceral. If you're not, then do that. That's fine. And now we want to put on our poison knives. You're going to throw and get him with poison. You only need to hit him once. And now the cheese for this dude is to just simply come back this way in the door. Let him come to you. And now once you lock on, start chucking your mollies. Oh, come on. Be nice. Come here. Come here so I can hit you. Now, you don't want to get super close. I was probably pushing the limits there because he will start using long-range attacks like you can see. He has a couple of attacks that go pretty far. Can you come over here? Can you come over here? Like, dude, your poison... Yeah, the poison just ran out. That sucks. Well, this isn't how this is supposed to go. He's supposed to just be chilling right in the doorway, but I don't know why. What is going on? There we go. So that is the attack that will go a long way. So you want to be back around by this pillar on my right so you don't get hit. Can I lock onto him, please? Beauty. 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 And we just kind of keep cooking him. How did I miss? How did I miss? Explain. Oh, I'm getting hit. That's alright. So you get to listen to his dialogue about, poor me, I didn't ask to be a beast, I just killed people and consumed blood. And that's all that really happens. And then, eventually, he dies from the poison. We get to listen to him do his little chant of death and kind of curse us. But we get the next beast ruin. So if you have the first beast ruin, where it boosts your transformation by 20. Now you have it boosted by 50. It's a good thing to have both of them on if you're going to run weapons that hit really stinking hard. So like the Saw Spear, Saw Cleaver, the Ludwig's Holy Blade, Holy Moonlight Sword, and other things like that. You are going to build a lot of damage up doing that. Then we're going to fall down on this side to grab our cannon. And I told you guys there's a cannon in this game. And then we're going to fall down onto this platform. And then we can fall down again. And we are now back where we were when we killed the serpent-headed dude. Now, fully heal. We're going to go out the door. Can't remember. Is there an item on the left? No, there are no items. Okay. I, for some reason, was remembering that there was like a cold blood, but I guess I was at the earlier part of the level. We're going to parry this dude. That's the best way to take care of them, because they hit really hard. They like to do a lot of flaily attacks in all directions, so it's not the best thing in the world. Now, we have done pretty much everything in the first half of Forbidden Woods, so we are going to go up the shortcut. You can talk to Valter if you want. He's another NPC that we can use. If you were looking for every armor set in the game, he does have a bucket hat that you can get from killing him. However, if you kill him and respawn back at the lamp, then one of his hunter helpers, another member of his guild or covenant, I think they call themselves the League. Let me see. Yep, Master of the League. So you can join the League if you want. This will be actually something that we can do now to help you guys out with the boss fight later. So for now, I'm going to head back to the Dream, and I'll walk you through a couple things that I will do to show you a little bit more about how my build is going to be structured. Alright, so now that we're back at the Dream, let's kill the doll. We cannot level up yet, or level up our weapon, but I do want to go to the communion. You can again put the air ruin on if you want to get the more blood echoes from visceral attack. If you want the moon rune on to get more runes, that's perfectly fine. But I'm going to probably take out the air rune and put the beast rune on so I can do even more damage. Like, look at how big that beast hood bar is. That's pretty sweet. Now I'm going to repair, because it's been a while since I've repaired. Most of these weapons you won't ever really need to touch repair until you get to like your second or third time through the run. But now, how am I doing on blood vials? Oh, we are golden. My goodness. Sweet. Now we can level up. I got how many levels? 3, 4? 4 levels. Ooh, actually. You know what? Yeah, we'll go to 40. We'll go to 40 and then we'll get my health up to 30. Because this next fight is hard, but I don't really need the extra help. Again, if you want to start selling some stuff to get even more levels to get to your goal faster, again, the only numbers that you need for twins and bloodstone shards is 16. Because it's, again, 3, 5, that's 8. And then the last level is 8 to get your weapon up to +6, where our Saw Spear is right now. Again, if you want to sell any of the weapons, you can. I don't really recommend you selling them, as when you get to the end of the game and you're like, man, why haven't I gotten the weapon trophy yet? And you start worrying about it, you might be like, oh, I never remembered if I got this weapon. So you might have to rebuy a weapon you've already had to just think that you've had it. But, you know, it's not that big of a deal. So I just hang on to it because it's not something that absolutely has to be done right this minute, is selling stuff. Because we are very, very strong, and we're probably not going to die when you get to Shadows of Yharnam next episode. But we have one more part of the run to go do, and that is going to get the Cainhurst summons, so we can eventually go to Cainhurst once we get through most of the game. Now, my plan for a lot of the optional areas, like Nightmare Frontier and Cainhurst, is going to be to run and do it after basically beating the entire main story, because it's going to be a lot easier, as we will be way more overpowered, and it's not going to be nearly as big of an issue. But if you're following along, all we did was run pretty much the same way. We ran through those white flowers, got to this gate. We're going to take a hard left, and we're going to run past all of those dogs that were in the kennels. Now they are out because we did kill them all. which is, again, not that big of a deal because we're not going to kill them anyway. We're just running by them. They will follow you for quite some time, but once we get farther down, their aggro will dissipate and they will be done. If you want to fall down that little hole to my right, you can. There is a blood gem down there. I am not going to grab that blood gem. It is a really worthless item, in my honest opinion, and it is just an absolute pain to go grab. Because what you're going to have to deal with is arguably the worst enemies in the game. And I say worst because they're just annoying, they're tough to hit, but they don't do a lot of damage until they all are around you at once. If you want to kill all of these giants, you are welcome to. Again, I am not. This is probably the only area I will not kill all of the enemies because it's just really tedious and you don't get a really big reward for doing it. So here's how we're going to run and grab every item in the area. We're going to run this way to grab a lethal damp blood gem. So those Chikage users that are out there that are looking for the Chikage, you are welcome to go grab that. The item, if you fell down, that you wanted to grab would be coming from this direction. There's a little tunnel over there. And you can already see some of the stupid worms that are jumping around trying to hit me. That is one of the enemies. Ow. Ow. I might die. I might die. No! I hit the wrong button! Oh, that sucks. Well, BRB. Alright, we're back. I'm not doing the same mistake of standing in the poison and talking. Okay, I got the voices in my head telling me to do that because it's good stuff, but it's not worth it. Did I grab the item over here? I don't remember. I did, yes, I did. I believe it was cold blood. But now, we're going to run this way. I don't really care about my echoes. I'm not going to kill the guy to get him back. So it's not that big of a deal. We are going to be running around here to grab another blood gem. It's pretty helpful. We're going to come into this area. If you have an antidote, use it, as you should have plenty. We're going to heal real quick. Run out this way to grab another item. Should be Frenzy Cold Blood 7, and that should be every item in this area, if I remember correctly. Yep, excellent. Now, we're going to head back the way we came. Again, try to avoid these dudes if you are paying attention to what they're doing. Once you are out of the poison, you want to use an antidote. If your health is around 30, you'll be perfectly fine with the poison. It will stop before you get to... before you get all the way up the ladder. Along with that, if you have the church set, either church set on, you probably won't get poisoned while you're running through that anyway. I forgot to actually put mine on beforehand because I'm just so used to just slapping an antidote when I do this little run. That is no big deal to me. But now the area is going to start looking familiar and you're going to be like, why in the world is there just one long ladder or two long ladders to Forbidden Woods up to Central Yharnam? Like, why? Why is that a thing? Now, since we are getting to this area very early and is not endgame, you do want to pull the lever and open this area. All it's going to do is pull you right outside Yosefka's clinic in this area that we were to start the game. Now, we're going to go back this way, however, and we're going to go into the back end, or the back entryway of Yosefka's clinic. There's going to be a brain sucker right over here, so again, make sure you have a thrusty pokey weapon. For the saw cleaver, that is the R2 that you want to use. Oh, grab me. Almost grabbed me. Whew. I almost died again. That would have made me mad. We grab Quicksilver bullets and Madman's knowledge. Now we get to climb the ladder. And then we have a couple crows. If you want to kill them, you can. I'm not. I'm just going to run by them. There's like 3 or 4 of them. There's no items over here, so you don't have to worry about missing something. And then you're going to run into the building. Now, in here, if you had any NPCs that you sent into Yosefka's clinic, because you went and talked to the fake Yosefka, who's right over here, she says, send people this way, even though earlier in the game, when it was actually her, she said, don't send people here because the blood is contagious. We don't want people getting even more sick. And then all of a sudden, you know, later in the game, boom, send people here. Now this Yusefka, this fake Yusefka, turns people into blue goobers. Pretty crazy, I know. But we're going to kill her after we grab the Canehurst summons from that table, and we grab Yusefka's blood vial. Again, you can also open this door. However, I believe if you come here late game, this door will not be open. It'll actually shut and lock back up, as there's an NPC a little bit farther down here that we're going to come back and deal with later, so we can get our 1/3 umbilical cord. It'll be right down this hallway. If you open those doors and try to get the NPC to talk, then again, that door will shut and you won't have that helpful situation. And this room contains another communion ruin. Pretty cool. So you can, if you want more blood vials, you can have them. Now, this is what I was talking about. You can see a blue goober that has like the blue gross hand over there on the left side of the screen. Then in the center, you see a humanoid arm. This is some of the stuff that they were doing to those NPCs. So if you sent that one peddler here, he would get turned into a blue goober. If you send the prostitute lady, she would turn into that. Same with the crazy lady from the beginning of the game in Central Yharnam. Anybody that you can send will all become blue goobers for you to kill for Madman's Knowledge, as all of them will drop a Madman's Knowledge, just kind of showcasing that you've gotten crazy and you sent them there to essentially get experimented on and tortured and all that stuff. So yeah, just so you know, that is a little bit of lore info for you. Now, if you have thick cold blood or any cold blood at all, I recommend using them, because we are going to explore the back half of Forbidden Woods in the next episode, and the back half of Forbidden Woods is a lot tougher than the first half of Forbidden Woods. So you want to be as strong as you possibly can for the next section of the game. Perfect. Let's level up. One more level. Oh, really? Well, that's fine. I'll just sell a couple of bloodstone shards really quick to try to get back to that amount. How many do I need? 16, so I gotta sell 30. Beauty. That'll work. Excellent. Alright, here's a good a place as any. I believe I have done everything in the first half of Forbidden Woods for you. We did get the beast roar, right? I just want to make sure that right now, so I don't have to include that in the next episode. Yep, we got the beast roar. Excellent. So these are, I should also mention with the hunter tools, these are items you want to use that are all based on arcane. They are your magic of the game. So this one essentially just repels attacks as they are coming in by doing a loud roar. Later in the game, there's an NPC that we will kill that does just a big roar, and we'll fight him. He has the beast claws, one of my favorite weapons in the game, and that'll also be our last weapon we grab from the chalices to complete our platinum run as well. But he does have the beast roar. He does use it. It's pretty crazy. It's pretty cool. And it's also, you know, just nuts that that's a weapon in the game. But we will continue on with Forbidden Woods in the next episode. Thank you everybody so much for watching. If you have any questions on on anything that I have missed, or any comments that you want to know about this beautiful, lovely masterpiece of a game, drop them in the comments. I will do my best to answer those for you. I will see you all in the next episode. Have a great day, everybody.